Good morning and welcome back to AI Cache. Those animations you just watched have been entirely created by AI. All I did was put in the input image, some of which were created by AI, and then the AI has generated that animation. It's just tried to figure out what it thinks we want to see and then made that with the click of a button. So I'm using Runway for this and I'm using the image to video function. They just released a new feature on Runway, which is the motion feature, and you can set how much motion you want from 1 to 10. Right, so I include a link to this in the description. If you go to runwayml.com, you can then scroll down to text or image to video, and we're gonna be using the image to video function. So I'm gonna put one in here that you might have just seen at the beginning of this video. All right, let's try the classic Fry meme, shut up and take my money, which is what I feel about a lot of the AI apps. You can then choose the motion here, and the higher you set the slider here, the more intense the motion is going to be in your video. So I'm going to set it around 7. I feel like that's been giving me the best results, and we're going to see what it comes back with. It's going to create an animation. It's going to extend this image by 4 seconds and create what it thinks it should try to make from that one image. I've got no idea what comes back at this point. It is a bit of a lottery. If you do 10, you get more extreme results. I'll show you one of them in a second. 7's quite good because it adds a bit of motion to it without taking away too much from the original image. It does take around 2 minutes at the moment. That'll depend on demand, but right now it's taking between 1 and 2 minutes to create a 4-second video. It's now finished rendering, so let's see what this looks like. What? That's so weird. It's like someone else tried to come in and take the money for some reason. That's with a 7 motion. You can then also, if I liked it, I think it's a bit odd, you can then click extend by 4 seconds. I think I'm gonna bring this down because I just want a bit of motion in the clip to try and animate it a bit. So let's try 4 with this and see what that spits out. You can also render different videos at the same time. So I've just done one with 4, this one with 5 motion, and then this one with 10. And that's a much faster way of doing it. They all rendered at the same time. So now, okay, this is the number 4. Let's have a look. So weird. Why has it decided to do that? It thinks it's human. What about 5? That's more interesting, I think, because it's like sort of animated Fry into a human hand. Still a bit odd. I would have preferred it to stay in animation. That's better. That's so good. It's like, that's the motion 10. So that's not the one I jumped for first straight away, but it's literally imagined Fry into a real human being. So I've played around with a few options now. I can now click extend and then see what it does to this to take it even further. It's gonna add another 4 seconds on. Let's try that. Okay, now we have the extended version ready. Let's go. Basically just create a human talking. I wouldn't need the whole clip of that, use like the first few seconds. I think that's cool. It's a bit of a lottery. You don't know what you're gonna get when you click generate. I think it's different every time. The AI is just making something up. But that's pretty cool. It's reimagined the Fry meme into this. Now let's try the Nyan Cat with 10 motion. Let's see what that kicks out. Okay, here we go. Okay, that one didn't do so well. So it's a lottery. I'd try again, I'd try a few versions of this and then see what we come up with. Maybe you'll see that at the beginning of this video. Now the last really cool thing, and probably the most amazing application of this, is not already existing images, but creating your own images using Midjourney and using them as a starting point for Runway to create the animation. So for example, I have this image here, which is Doctor Strange in a Wes Anderson kind of scene. I created that with Midjourney. Now I'm gonna drop it in here and see what Runway does with it. Now, the other thing you can also do is add text with your image if you want to guide Runway's AI to create something that you actually want to see. So for this one, let's say extend this scene and pan backwards from Doctor Strange in a Wes Anderson movie. Let's try that and see what works, see what the difference is. I'm gonna keep the motion at 10 for fairness and see what comes up. All right, this is the one we didn't add any text to. Let's go. It turned him into a bit of like a clay figurine. Interesting. Now let's see, I asked AI to extend it and pan backwards in a Wes Anderson style movie. Let's see what it did. Slightly better. Actually, that's quite cool. It did turn it, quite into a Wes Anderson style movie. If you're thinking of like the Fantastic Mr. Fox or Isle of Dogs, then yeah, that is that style. Yeah, it's definitely better with the text assist. So clearly, I'm just playing around with this. There's loads more you can do with it. Go and have a look for yourself. I'll include the link to Runway ML below. I think you just have to play around, tweak things, see what prompts work best, and do a bit of trial and error to get a really good result. I could then extend these, I could stitch them together into a movie or a fake trailer or whatever. Your imagination is literally your limit now. You can create images, you can create animations with text and the click of a button. It's really, really cool. I think Midjourney and Runway ML together are so powerful, and this is just very exciting. I'm gonna play around with this a bit more and get back to you in another video. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.